This is the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Top flight competition between teams from Houston-area high schools. Now, here's the woman with the questions, Donna Rush.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. We began with 88 teams. Now we are down to just 4. Today marks the beginning of the semifinals, and the 2 teams that we have competing today are Langham Creek and James Taylor High Schools. Before we begin our warm-up round teams, we want to remind you of the different sounds that you'll be hearing during this game. This sound means that an answer is correct. This signals an incorrect answer. And this lets you know when the end of a quarter or the end of the game has occurred. Also, we want to remind you to please wait till you're recognized by the judge before answering any questions. Let's begin with a 5-point question. An Oscar figurine looks like a person standing with arms folded. What does a Grammy statuette resemble?
Taylor, Rick.
Phonograph?
Correct. A gramophone. Old Victorola for 10 points. What is the technical term for the bicycle brakes operated from the handlebars?
Langham Creek, Michael.
Caliper brakes.
Correct. Here's a 5-point question for you. What river in North America has been most noted historically and right up to the present for its tendency to flood?
Langham Creek, Michael.
The Mississippi?
The Mississippi River. Right. Here's another 10-pointer for you. It's hard to believe, but one president was worried about the way his assassin was being treated after the shooting. He ordered the crowd...
Langham Creek, James.
Reagan.
I'll finish for James Taylor. He ordered the crowd, don't let them hurt him. Who was this president?
Taylor, Rick.
McKinley?
Correct, McKinley. Here's a 10-point question, and it's a visual, so please take a look at your monitor in the studio of Houston's 2. What national landmark is depicted in this 18th century?
Taylor, Bridget.
Mount Vernon? Correct. Painted by an unknown artist. Here's a 10-pointer for you. Scientists have discovered a new guinea bird, the hooded pentui, which uses what defense mechanism that scientists have thought occurred only in insects, fish, amphibian, and...
Taylor, Rick.
Poison?
Correct, and reptile. 4 or 5 points. Hipparchus used which form of math to work out the distances between the sun, moon?
Langham Creek, James.
Geometry.
I didn't hear you.
Geometry.
Between the sun, moon, and the earth.
Taylor, Rick.
Trigonometry?
Trigonometry is what we're looking for. Here's a 10-pointer for you. Which term is used in statistics to designate the difference between the greatest and the least quantities?
Langham Creek, James.
Range.
The range is right. Here's a 5-pointer for you. How many stars make up Orion's belt?
James Taylor, Bridget.
3. 3 stars. Here's a 5-pointer for you, and it's a music question, so listen carefully. Identify this musical instrument.
Langham Creek, Martha.
Carousel. Chance for James Taylor.
Taylor, Bridget.
Calliope. Calliope is correct. They sound very similar. Here's a 10-point question for you. Fully 75% of the pencils sold in America are a single color and of a single grade of hardness. What is the color?
Taylor, Rick.
Yellow and number 2.
Yellow and number 2 pencil is right. We now have a celebrity questioner for you, and you may want to use your pencils on this one, so please take a look at your monitor in the studio of Houston's 2.
Hi, I'm Roland Galvan of the Channel 2 Weather Center. Have perhaps a difficult question for you. 1 kilogram per square centimeter, 760 millimeters of mercury, 14.7 pounds per square inch. What unit of measurement?
Langham Creek, James.
Bars for atmosphere pressure.
Taylor, Rick.
An atmosphere.
Correct. All of these are measurements of 1 atmosphere. Here's a 5-point question for you. Which type of golf club has its face angled farthest away from the vertical?
Taylor, Encore.
Driver.
Here are your options. A 5-iron, a driver, a 7-iron, a sand wedge, or a 2-wood.
Langham Creek, Michael.
A sand wedge.
Sand wedge is right. Here's a 10-point question for you. Which one of the following 4 shapes best describes the graph of volume versus pressure in an ideal gas? A straight line, a parabola, hyperbola.
Langham Creek, James.
Hyperbola.
Hyperbola is live visual, so please take a look at your monitor in the studio of Houston's 2. Look at this close-up photograph of a common household object and identify it.
Langham Creek, Martha.
An iron? It is an iron, indeed. And here's a 5-pointer for you. Some bacteria use a compound of sulfur and hydrogen instead of water as a raw material for photosynthesis. Name that compound.
Langham Creek, James.
Hydrogen sulfide.
Hydrogen sulfide is right. And that marks the end of our warm-up round. Stay with us, and we'll take a look at that scoreboard when we come back. The Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Welcome back to the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. You can tell our teams are very warmed up by looking at the scoreboard. Langham Creek now with 55 points and James Taylor with 70. We're about to begin round 2, our bonus round. But before we do, we want to introduce our players to you. We have James Taylor High School today. Rick Zaffer is a senior. He is a seasoned debater and a National Honor Society parliamentarian. He is also vice president of Amnesty International and the Politics Club. Bridget Spackman is a junior and a member of the newspaper staff, the Junior Thespians, and the German Club. Reggie Sony is a sophomore and a member of Amnesty International, the Politics Club, and the debate team. Ankur Kamdar is a senior and vice president of Mu Alpha Theta. He is a member of the Politics Club and a National Merit Commended student. Alternates are Andrew Chang and Azra Mizra. Coaches are Peggy Schneider and Shirley Koss, and that is the team from James E. Taylor High School. For Langham Creek, we have Michael Kaiser, and he is a senior. He plays first place at the state UIL computers competition. He's president of the computer club and captain of the Science Olympiad team. Hong Tran is a senior. She is the president of Students Against Violating the Environment and is president of Junior Achievement and placed first in state UIL biology competition. Martha McGee is a senior. She is a member of the academic decathlon team, also a daughter of the American Revolution Good Citizen Award recipient, and is a school nominee for the Principal's Leadership Award. James Ayers is a junior. He placed first place in the state UIL chemistry competition, first place in the National American Computer Science League junior team, and first place in the JET state math competition. Their coach is Scotty Johnson, and the assistant coach is Angeline Chu. That is a school from Langham Creek High School. We also want to introduce our judges to you today. We have Professor Tom Hudson with the Department of Physics from the University of Houston, and Mike Mastandria, who is the executive director of Score Unlimited. Now we're about to begin our bonus round. We want to explain to you briefly that the first team to properly answer a toss-up question will then have the opportunity to answer bonus questions, and it will be in the calliope. That will be your bonus category. Whoever answers this question correctly for 10 points. Eclipse Products Incorporated has invented a device called Gotta Go, which simulates what telephone feature in order to excuse someone from the phone?
Taylor, Bridget.
Call waiting. Call waiting so you can get off that phone if you'd like to. Now the calliope. We heard that earlier. Earlier you heard the steam calliope version of a march called Barnum and Bailey's Favorite. Name these other tunes played on the calliope.
God Bless America.
Correct. For 10 points.
Over the rainbow.
The caissons go rolling along.
Huh? What?
The caissons go marching along.
The caissons go marching on?
Yeah, we'll take that.
That is correct. Here's a 15-pointer for you. Listen.
Your answer?
Ice, Ice Baby.
Not quite. A little before that time. It's in the good old summertime is what we were looking for. Let's go to another toss-up question. Here's a 10-pointer for you. He was an aide to the Vatican, a soldier in the service of Austria, a slave in Algiers, and a provisioner for the Spanish Armada. But it wasn't until he was nearly 60 years old that he began to work on a chivalric short story while in debtor's prison. Name
Langham Creek, Michael.
Cervantes.
Right, you got it. Don Quixote. All right, your bonus is in the category of art. Here we go for a 5-point question. Michelangelo's David is carved out of what material?
Marble.
Marble.
Correct, for 10 points. Le Corbusier, following World War II, adopted a style known as New Brutalism. Le Corbusier, however, was not a painter. What was he?
A sculptor.
He was an architect. Let's go to another toss-up question. For 10 points. French for evening, it now refers...
Langham Creek, James.
Soiree.
Soiree is correct. That's what we're looking for. Now we're looking for your toss-up is going to be in battles for 5 points. Which army won the Battle of Bunker Hill and which army lost the most soldiers?
Quick. Which one?
Your answer?
Revolution. U.S. U.S. Who? U.S. and Britain.
The British is what we're looking for on that one. So let's go to another toss-up question. For 10 points, Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew gave rise to what 1948 Tony Award-winning musical?
Taylor, Bridget.
Kiss Me Kate.
Kiss Me Kate is right. Your toss-up this time is in math, so you want to get your pencils ready for this one.
Come on, Uncle.
Here's a 5-pointer for you. 88% is what fraction reduced to lowest terms?
You don't need to ring.
22 over 25.
22 over 25? 22 over 25.
Correct. For 10 points. A circle is inscribed in a square. If the radius of the circle is 5, what is the area of the square?
Your answer?
100.
Correct, 100. Here's a 15-pointer for you. What is the natural logarithm of e raised to the pi power?
Pi?
Pi is correct, and here's a 20-pointer for you. Find the equation of the tangent line to x squared plus y squared equals 169 at the point -5 and 12.
What does that mean?
Your answer?
Y is 13.
No.
Looking for 5x minus 12y plus 169 equals 0. But you did rather well in that. All right, that marks the end of the bonus round. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll enter that 60-second round, and teams will have the opportunity to choose from one of 4 categories: trigonometry, tobacco, 20th century, and that mystery category on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Welcome back to the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. We're now at the halfway mark in the game. Let's take a look at that scoreboard. Langham Creek now at 80 points to James Taylor's 135, but just halfway through, so a lot of time to go. Before we begin our 60-second round, we want to let you know that all the questions for the show are written by Questions Unlimited of Columbus, Ohio. Now we're going to allow Langham Creek to begin this round and choose first to garner up some points. What category would you like?
Oh, we'd like trigonometry, please.
All right, trigonometry. There are no directions on this, so we'll have judges, please. You will have 60 seconds to answer up to 10 questions, or 10 points apiece. Any missed or skipped, James Taylor will have the opportunity to answer. Judges, start the clock. Considering the angle of 45 degrees, which of the following is biggest? The sine, cosine, or tangent?
The tangent. The tangent.
What does the sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta equal?
1.
The sine of which acute angle equals the cosine of 10 degrees?
80. 80.
For what two angles with measures between 0 and 360 degrees will the cosine of the angle equal -1/2?
The answer is 120 and 240.
120 and 240.
What does the tangent of 135 degrees equal?
-1.
-1.
What positive acute angle is the arctangent of square root of 3?
It's 30.
30.
What is the period of secant x?
It is 2 pi.
2 pi.
What is the period of tangent x?
Pi.
Pi.
What is the period of tangent of 1/2 x?
2 pi.
2 pi.
Time.
Okay, doing very, very well on that one. I have 80 points.
80
is that correct?
points is
You
right.
got 80 points, and now James Taylor has the opportunity to answer this question. What positive acute angle is the arctangent of the square root of 3?
60.
60 degrees is correct, so getting 10 points on that one. Now James Taylor has the opportunity to choose a category. What will it be?
20th century, please.
All right, in 20th century. Put these events in their respective decades. Judges, start the clock. Saturday Night Massacre.
20s.
Operation Desert Shield.
90s.
Dien Bien Phu.
Dien Bien
50s.
Phu.
50s.
Power to the People.
60s.
Wyeth's Helga Pictures.
70s.
Robert Frost, first poet to read at a presidential inauguration.
60s.
Civil Rights Act.
60s.
Nuremberg Trials.
40s.
U.S. becomes world's largest debtor nation.
80s. 80s.
Warren Commission.
50s. 50s.
Okay, getting
70
7 out
points.
of 10. 70 points for James Taylor. Now Langham Creek has the opportunity to get 30 points here altogether. Saturday Night Massacre, what decade?
30.
10s. 30s. 30s.
70s won that one. Wyeth's Helga Pictures.
Your answer?
70s.
80s. And Warren Commission.
The 60s.
The 60, that's correct. So getting 10 points on that one. That brings our 60-second round to a close. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll begin our Stump the Experts round, where the questions get even more difficult, but are worth more points. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. We have a very high-scoring game underway, as you can see by that scoreboard. Langham Creek now at 170 to James Taylor's 215. We're entering the final round, the Stump the Experts round. These questions are worth even more points, 15 and 20 points, but they're also more difficult. Let's see how the teams do. Here's a 15-pointer, and we're going to begin with a visual, so take a look at your monitor in the studio of Houston's 2. Dutchmen of the 17th century were extremely fond of landscapes. Most of them are simple, sensitive, and full of charm. This artist, however, used the landscape in oil to express his more imaginative concept of nature. Who was this artist?
Langham Creek, James.
Rembrandt.
Correct, Rembrandt. A Clarigew named after E. Clarigew Bentley, who composed such rhymes as a piece of doggerel, in which the first line is the name of a famous person. Give me the first line of the following Clarigew. Blank was very fond of dough. He always liked to chew some while writing something gruesome.
Langham Creek, Martha.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe, very fond of dough. That is correct. Here's a 20-pointer for you. Give me the correct English version of this French proverb. Loin des yeux, loin du coeur. I'm going to spell it. L-O-I-N-D-E-S, D-E-U-X, L-O-I-N-D-U-C-O-E-U-R. Out of sight, out of mind. Here's the music for you. What classical Russian composer was a graduate of the Naval Academy of St. Petersburg?
James Taylor, Bridget.
Rimsky-Korsakov.
Rimsky-Korsakov is correct. Here's a 15-pointer. Which U.S. institution was not founded by Benjamin Franklin? Fire department, public university, libraries,
Langham Creek, James.
Public University.
Public university is correct. Here's another 15-pointer for you. The next major island to the west of Australia through which the Tropic of Capricorn passes is what?
Taylor, Rick.
Papua New Guinea.
Chance for Langham Creek.
Langham Creek, Hong.
New Zealand.
Madagascar for 15 points. In the Middle Ages, an illuminated manuscript was won with what?
Langham Creek, Hong.
The first letter illustrated. The first initial of the paragraph was the first.
And for James Taylor.
Taylor Bridget.
Pictures.
That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. For 15 points. What is the tail section that keeps an airplane steady in flight called?
Taylor Bridget.
The rudder. Chance for Langham Creek.
Langham Creek Michael.
Horizontal stabilizer.
Stabilizer. For 20 points. Here's a visual. Please take a look at your monitor in the studio of Houston's 2. The artist is noteworthy for the complete, harmonized perfection of his method and for his mastery of all subjects.
Langham Creek James.
Michelangelo.
Chance for James Taylor.
Taylor Bridget.
Da Vinci. Titian is who we're looking for. The French call it La Tapisserie de la Reine Mathilde. What do we call it?
Taylor Rick.
Our flag.
Chance for Langham Creek. The Bayou Tapestry. Here's a 15-pointer for you. 46 BC is sometimes called the year of confusion. What was introduced that year that justified the title?
Langham Creek James.
The calendar. Julian calendar.
Correct. This is a 20-pointer for you. Picture Michigan as a human hand. The bay, that is the space between the thumb and the index finger, shares its name with a nearby city. What is this bay whose name comes?
Langham Creek James.
Green Bay.
Whose name comes from an Indian word for at the river's mouth.
Taylor Reggie.
Detroit Bay.
Saginaw Bay is the answer. For 15 points. Identify the only one of the 5 civilized tribes whose name didn't begin with the letter C.
Taylor Bridget.
Sioux.
Chance for Langham Creek.
Langham Creek Martha.
Iroquois.
Seminole. Begins with an S. Here's a music question for you for 20 points. The composer was only 23 when he wrote his Symphony No. 4 in A major. Listen to an excerpt from the final movement and see if you can identify him.
Langham Creek James.
Mozart.
Chance for James Taylor.
Taylor Reggie.
Brahms.
Mendelssohn. For 15 points. When talking about food, the term marbling refers to what? We're discussing entrees.
Like
Taylor Rick.
how much fat you have inside of it? Like for meat, just how much fat is juxtaposed.
Correct. Fat and meat cuts. Here's a 15-pointer for you. Tin and zinc are base metals, as opposed to silver and gold, which are what?
Langham Creek James.
Noble metals.
Correct. 20-pointer for you. Stendhal wrote a novel, The Red and the Black. What does the black symbolize?
Langham Creek Hong.
Death.
Chance for James Taylor.
In time ring again. Bridget.
Is it the black squares on the chessboard?
Symbolizes the clergy.
2 minutes
For
left.
20 points, what is the name of the city in Peru discovered in 1911 by American archaeologists?
Langham Creek Hong.
Machu Picchu.
Correct. Here's an art question for you. A design is engraved upon a block of wood in such a way that all the wood is removed to a slight depth.
Langham Creek Michael.
A relief.
James Taylor Rick.
Bas relief.
Woodcut is what we're looking for. Here's a 20-pointer. There's a museum devoted to portrait artist Frans Hals in what Netherlands city?
Langham Creek James.
Amsterdam.
Chance for James Taylor.
Taylor Rick.
The Hague.
Harlem. For 15 points, attacks at what site were used to justify the United States entry into the Vietnam War?
Taylor Bridget.
Correct. For 15 points. The first engagement between enemy aircraft carriers and the first American naval victory of World War II
Langham Creek Michael.
The Battle of Midway.
took place in a battle named for the body of water in which it was fought. Name this area of the Pacific Ocean between the northeast corner of Australia and the New Hebrides Islands. Hebrides Islands.
Taylor Bridget.
Coral Sea.
Coral Sea, correct. 20 points. Where was the Battle of the Nations fought in October 1813 in which the armies of Austria, Prussia, and Russia defeated Napoleon?
Taylor Rick.
Waterloo.
Chancellor Langham Creek.
Langham Creek James.
Poland.
Leipzig. What is the atomic number of the element cobalt?
Langham Creek James.
27.
Correct. For 20 points. It's similar to an onion, but is smaller and sweeter and shaped more like a head of garlic. What have I just...
Taylor, Bridget.
Shallot.
Shallot is correct. For 15 points. Why do crocodiles sometimes swallow stones?
Langham Creek, James.
Digestion.
Okay. Taylor, you have a chance to answer the question.
To wait until down.
You have to bring
Actually,
it
to
away.
help them float is what we're looking for. And that toe marks the end of our game. We have a ruling by a judge on a score change. We're going to go to Judge Mike Nastandria for that ruling. Mike.
Yes, upon protest on the marbling question, Rick did answer, in fact, before recognized, so we can't give him the 15 points. That means the game is a 300-300 tie, and we need sudden death.
All right, we will now go to a sudden death 5-point question. The first team to properly answer a question will go on to the finals. Here is your question. What famous goldsmith was a pupil of Michelangelo?
Taylor, Rick.
Raphael.
Chance for Langham Creek.
Langham Creek, James.
Da Vinci.
I'll go to another question. Name the Canadian author of Anne of Green Gables.
Langham Creek, Martha.
Lucy Maud Montgomery. And that means Langham Creek is going to go to the finals. Congratulations to two teams who did an outstanding job. Join us again next week, and we will begin one more semifinal game before the finals begin. That semifinals game will be Clearwood versus St. John's next week on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Have a great weekend.
Today at 10:30, Tiff and E.G. take you where few have dared, the locker room of the Houston Astros. Find out what really goes on before a game. Plus, learn what it takes to be a bat boy. It's Teens on TV this morning at 10:30 on Houston's 2.